Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show this Tuesday, the 10th of November, 2020. Thank you for tuning in. Now listen, I want to do a survey here on my channel. I want you guys, do you guys think that this was a fair election? Or, just write fair or whatever, if you think it was a fair election. Or do you guys think that there was some sort of hanky-panky going on, some sort of destroying votes or whatever? Do you guys believe that? Write it down, right? Now, I'm not going to comment on your comments on that, what you say, but I'm going to count every single one. I'm going to read every single one, count every single one. And then tomorrow I'm going to put out the results of my survey of what you guys think about this. Whether you think it was a fair election or you think it was a scam. Now, what's the situation in the United States right now? Last night I was thinking about this, and it's been played out as being a division in America between two political structures, between the Democrats and the Republicans. But I got thinking about this situation a bit more, and I see it as being a little bit different. What we have is really a situation between the urban sprawl, the urban dwellers, who are mostly in the cities and things like that, who mostly voted for Biden, and the people who live in the country in America, who mostly voted for Trump. Okay? The country, so we have the rural dwellers, and we have the urban dwellers. Okay? And this is more of a divide between these two groups of people who have completely different ideologies. Their lives are completely different. People who live in the city, are supported by the city and by the government. And the people who live out in the country, a lot of them have to work with their hands a lot more, and stuff, where the people in the city are more, it's more of a mental kind of work. Most of them work online and things like that, sort of thing. And so it's a division between these two groups of people. And this division is very deep, and it's about 50% of the American population. There's about 50% of the people who live in the cities, and about 50% live in the country. It's created a deep division. And let's look at the assets that these two groups have. Now, these are the facts. What assets do they have? Well, the people who live out in the country, the rural dwellers, they have the president on their side. And, of course, the president is commander-in-chief. And they also, and of course, he's going to be president for the next 70 days. These are all facts. Also, the people who live out in the country, they've been prepping for years. They are well fortified. They're really not completely fortified, but they are well fortified. A lot more than the city folks, I can guarantee you that. Most of the people who live in the cities, they go to the store every day for food, or to a restaurant or wherever they can go and get what they need, just enough to last them a few days, and they don't feel the need because it's been that way their whole lives, But the people out in the country, they've been stockpiling food. They're scared. They've been stockpiling more than just food, and they are well fortified. So this situation, what could actually happen from this situation because 70 days from now, this whole thing could turn sour. And I cannot list all the different ways that this whole thing could turn sour, could become really sour. A sour situation. And so this is what we got going on in America, this deep division, where it's almost like a divide. If everything did turn sour, what could the people in the city do? Well, they could tear their home to pieces. Basically, their home is in the city. They could tear it to pieces. They started to tear it to pieces a few months ago. The cities were on fire and everything, but it settled down, you know. What could the people in the country do? A lot, even if they just stay put. They're, like I say, they're well fortified, you know. What would happen if huge problems broke out in the cities? Well, I could see that they might even have to call in the military if huge problems broke out in the cities. But right now, the city dwellers are happy because they think that this situation is over and solved and done with. And take a look at what's going on. First thing we're going to take a look at is silver today. Silver is this is gold. $1,884 for gold. It's up 21 bucks. Now here's what's happened, guys. They've overcooked it. They've knocked gold and silver down too low right now. They've suppressed it down too low, and they've popped the markets up too high. They've overcooked gold and silver to the downside, and they've overcooked the markets to the upside right now. So we got a topsy-turvy situation right now. The gold is bouncing back a little bit. 1884. Let's take a look at silver today. See if it's bouncing back any. 24.46. It's bounced back 37 cents on the day so far. Cryptocurrency today. 440 billion. It's found its new level up higher, and now what it's doing is it's consolidating at this new level. 15,256 for Bitcoin. And what we're seeing is a consolidation in cryptocurrency. You know, cryptocurrency, I think, is going to be the big thing. I think it's going to be really big. Huge. I could see the market cap on cryptocurrency going to 8 trillion in almost no time. A market cap of 8 trillion in almost no time. In you know, maybe in a 24-month period. The market cap going to 8 trillion from 440 billion. And, you know, that would be 17 times? I could see that happening, quite seriously. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's up 226 points, completely overcooked. It's too high, you know. It's nearing its all-time high, 29,384 today. Let's take a look now at crude oil, 41.15. It's up 86 cents on the day, or 2.13%. Let's take a look now at the MOVE index. You know, the MOVE index is risen a little bit. It's risen 12% or 5 basis points today on the MOVE index. So it's starting to go back up again. Now let's take a look at bonds and rates. And what we're looking at is falling bond yields today. We're looking at 0.94 on the U.S. 10-year and 1.72 on the U.S. 30-year for the bonds and rates. Now let's take a look at the dollar index. 92.72 on the U.S. dollar index today. And the dollar's going along sideways today. So listen, guys, don't forget to vote on what you think about the election that just happened. Do you think it was a scam, or do you think it was legit? You know, just write in the comment section. I'll read all the comments, and I'll do a percentage of give me an idea and percentage of my audience, what my audience thinks about what happened with the election. Let's take a look at our funny picture today. See this cat? This cat's famous. I think one of the reasons why he's famous is his eyes, you know. Those wild eyes he's got, you know. And he's famous on YouTube. That's where he's famous. You can find him on YouTube, and he's really cute. He does these really cute videos, you know, on YouTube. You guys, some of you have probably seen him on there before. Very interesting. He is a cute cat. He's a really cute cat. You know, I used to have a cat look kind of like him. I called him Smokey. When Smokey got older, like 11 years old or whatever, his hair all started to fall out. And he looked terrible, but he was still the same old cat. I still loved him, you know, even though his hair was all... He looked awful after his hair all fell out. I mean, it all fell out. The vet said he had some sort of an allergy or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it just... Gobs of hair fell out in patches. He had patches of hair here and there. He looked like he had the mange. He looked terrible, you know, but he was still the same lovable cat, Smokey was. But when Smokey was young, he looked something like this, and he was really, really cute, you know, when he was young. I got him up in New York State, in the wine country, you know, brought him down to Florida, you know. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to the show. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.